All right. Taking 1, 2, 3. Hi, good day to all of you. Your good buddy Nick Prill of Mint English right here. And yes, as usual, we have another session into the world of English grammar. Today, we're going to talk about the simple present tense. During our last session, we talked about the present progressive tense. A little review for you guys. What is the present progressive tense once again? The present progressive tense is a sentence in English which expresses or talks about an action happening in the present time. It is a sentence that makes use of is, am, are, and the ing verb, or the verb plus ing. Just like, I am looking at you. Today, like I said earlier, we're going to talk about the simple present tense. Now, the simple present tense is actually a sentence in English which expresses a general truth. We'll have examples of that later on. Or a general activity. Or a habitual action in the present time. It makes use of the base form or the present form of the main verb. Just like talk, look, eat, run, and so forth. The simple present tense, folks, is actually one of the tenses in English which we oftenly use. A while back I said that the simple present tense expresses general activity. Okay? A general activity in the present time or at the present time. Example. Here we go with an example. Darwin Smith works for Kia Motors. Darwin Smith works for Kia Motors. It is talking about an activity or a general activity in the present time. Another example. My sister plays the piano. My sister plays the piano. Take note of the main verbs. In the first sentence, works. In the second sentence, plays. Later, we will talk about when and when not to add an S to the verb. As of now, please remember that the verb is always in its base form or its present form. Darwin Smith works for Kia Motors. My sister plays the piano. My friend comes from Australia. John eats lunch every day. Oh, that would be habitual action. More on a general activity. Students go. Students go to school. That's right. I didn't add any other word, so it's general activity. We study English. It's in the present form, it's in the present tense, and it's simply the simple present tense. It talks about a general activity. Next, we have general truth. Water freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. It's a general truth. You can't change that. And it's in the present. The earth revolves around the sun. The earth revolves around the sun. It's a general truth. Other examples of sentences which talk about the general truth or a general truth. The sun rises in the east. Another example. The sun sets in the west. See, these are general truths which we really could not change. And if you would pay attention to the main verbs, they do not have any ing endings. They are in the present form. They are not in the past form. So the sentence is in the simple present tense. A while back I also said that the simple present tense may be used to express a habitual action. An example is, Let me see. Oh, all right. The students go to school every day. The students go to school every day. See? A habitual action is actually an action that occurs or happens or is done regularly, just like going to school. Students go to school every day. Another habitual action. They study hard every day. They study hard every day. See, it is an action that is regular. I brush my teeth 3 times a day. So it is a regular action. It happens in the present, and it would be continuous, but still it is in the simple present tense, because the main verb did not change in form, just like go. Students go. Go to school every day. We don't say went. That would be the past tense. They study hard every day. Study is in the present form, so the sentence is in the present tense. I brush my teeth every day. The verb brush used as a verb, the verb brush is in the simple present form. The sentence is in the simple present tense. Now, the simple present tense may also be used with verbs of perception. What are verbs of perception? Or sensory perception, to be complete. They are verbs or action words that refer to the senses. The sense of sight, the sense of hearing, the sense of smell, of taste, and of touch. I see. I see. Here's the sentence. I see 2 nurses in the hospital. It is in the simple present tense because the verb, which is see, is in its base form. It is in its base or present form. I see 2 nurses in the hospital. This sandwich tastes awful. Tastes awful. Tastes there is the verb, and it's used in the simple present tense. I hear some noise. I hear some noise. Okay? The verb there is hear, and it's talking about something in the present tense. It did not change its base form. We could also use the simple present tense to talk about mental states. What are mental states? Mental states actually refer to our mind, our thinking, our thoughts, our understanding, and so forth. Example, John knows the answer. John knows the answer. Take note of the main verb, knows. John knows the answer. It is in the present form. It is in its base form. And so the sentence is in the simple present tense. I believe. I believe in your idea. I believe in your idea. Believe there is actually used as a verb. It is a verb. I believe in your idea. So it is a sentence that depicts a mental state, and it is also a sentence in the simple present tense. Now, a while back I told you that we will be talking about when to add and when not to add s to the main verb in the simple present tense. In the first person singular, we talked about this already before. What is the first person? First person refers to the person talking or the person speaking. Singular, only one. So, first person, I. Only one singular, so I. I play the piano. Take note of the main verb, which is play. I play the piano. So in the first person singular, we do not add s to the main verb. We also do not add s to the main verb in the second person singular. You play the piano too. You do not say you place the piano to. No, you play the piano too. We also do not put an S or do not add an S to the main verb when we are using sentences with the first person plural. First person, the person talking. Plural, more than one. We play the piano. Second person plural would be you, still you, right? You play the piano. We also do not add an S to the main verb when we are using sentences in the third person plural. Third person plural. They play the piano. We do not say they place the piano. No. So when do we add an S to the main verb? In the simple present tense. We add an S to the main verb when our sentence is in the third person singular. Third person, the person we are speaking about. The person we are talking about. Or the thing we are talking about. And it has to be singular. Plural, or shall we say pronouns in the third person singular are he, she, it. So, whenever the pronoun is he, she, it, we add an S to the main verb. He plays the piano. She plays the guitar. It plays in the park. That is when we add an S to the main verb. When we have sentences in the third person singular. Now, what if we don't use a pronoun? What if we use a name? Nick. Or let's say John. John plays the piano. We are talking about John. So that would be third person singular. John plays the piano. You do not say John played the piano. Unless it is a command. But if it is a statement, John plays the piano. The dog runs in the park. My sister cooks breakfast every day. See? That is when we add an S. You do not say, my sister cooked breakfast. No. If it's in the present tense, the simple present tense, remember, never forget that when we use the third person singular, we add an S to the main verb. There are instances when we don't, but that would be for later on. For now, please remember, when it is he, she, it, or when we are using the third person singular as a subject, then we add an S to the main verb in the simple present tense. Gee, time definitely flies. I believe we did some overtime here. Anyway, I do hope that I was able to help you today with regards to your English grammar progress. I hope that you would be able to practice too. So please, during your free time, come out with as many sentences as you can in the simple present tense and speak them out. Have a nice day.